Hey everyone, Mark Holmes here, host of the Jobu Sports Report, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. On this channel, it's probably a channel that's a little different than anything that you've seen before because I am a die-hard Dallas Cowboy football fan, but it goes more beyond just football and talking about football. I relate football because of my experiences to almost everything that happens in life. Football has actually made me a better person. But on this channel, you not only will get your football fix if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, and we got plenty of fans from other teams that are in here as well. I also do cooking videos and things when I'm on my keto diet or tailgating recipes. You'll find me a lot of times out here in my workshop doing things. And now that we have this coronavirus that's out there, I want to try and give others help as much as possible. This is something like we've never faced before. This is truly a come together moment for not just ourselves, but for the world. And this is an opportunity for us all to make everything better. There's going to be some hard times. And I want to try and give you at least my tips on what I'm doing to try and make it through this situation. First and foremost, more than anything else, what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that you are in the best shape as possible. You need to try and eat on a regular. You need to keep your body in motion. You don't want to just sit down on the couch all day long and just sit there and watch the 24-hour news cycle. Move around. Take this as a chance to go ahead and do some things that you haven't had time to do. Yeah, go ahead and do your Netflix and chill and stuff like that. But understand, exercise. Take the dog for a walk. Just keep your social distance. And the main tip that I'm going to say to everybody is we need to look at things differently. You can't just look at somebody and say, that person's sick. Yeah, you see somebody sneezing a runny nose, you know to stay away. But the reality of this situation is we don't know what we don't know. So back off and pretend that everybody you come into contact with has it. Assume that they do. Because that'll make you realize, oh, that person's got it. Hey, how you doing? What's happening? Hey, nice to see you out with the dog. And that will help to limit your exposure. Make sure you wash your hands. Don't touch your face, okay? Although that sometimes gets to be a problem because I'm kind of like, how do I pick my nose? But anyway, be that as it may. Cleanliness. Wipe down the surfaces of things. And understand, especially if you are somebody who's at high risk, people like me, okay, I'm 54. I've got some issues with my heart and things. Flesh-eating bacteria almost killed me in 1994. And I dare say that we should look at this as everybody is at risk. Get a little bleach. Put in a spray bottle with some water and stuff. Spray down the sink after going in. At my house, I'll show you what we're doing in our house. But basically, I've got a cousin who just got out of the hospital. His wife works for the hospital. And to make sure that they're not bringing anything in, she has to take her clothes off when she first comes in, immediately puts it in the washing machine, and immediately takes that shower. And so that way, you're hopefully keeping everything that you've come in contact with down to a minimum. This is the time that, you know what, hanging with your friends, it's not the time to do it. Thinking about going to a restaurant, not the time to do it. When you go out, get what you need, keep a distance, get home and stay home. I know you're bored. I know you don't want to just be there cramped up. But to turn around and do this for a couple of weeks versus months, it's going to be a short window. The second thing you got to do is you got to make sure you can make it financially. If you're a mortgage, you got a mortgage payment, I got mortgage payments. Best thing is right now, everybody understands that everybody's going to be hurting. Talk to your mortgage company now. Say, listen, I'm going to be without work or my work is going to be reduced. They will do like a forbearance agreement. They'll say, okay, if you can pay part of it, pay the interest on it, pay the, I can't think of the, where you're paying the taxes and things like that. And basically what'll happen is this, because, they'll say, listen, or if you can't pay it, what they can do is basically take your mortgage. Let's say it ends in 2040 in June. Okay. They'll say, we'll take 3 months of that and we'll just basically move the loan down 3 months. Now you have to pay, of course, that 3 months more of interest, but that gives you some time not to. If you're a renter, go to the landlord and say, listen, I'm going to have reduced amount of income. Can I do a partial payment? Can I, my payment, my rent's $1,000. I can do $250. Do that now. Don't wait until after the first of the month and don't have the money and don't say anything. A landlord will more appreciate the fact that you came to them and said, hey, I got a problem. Can you help me? Than they will if you just ignore it. Trust me, I've been there. I know. So talk to your landlord and let them know, listen, my factory got shut down. I don't have an income. Because what the government is doing is they're trying to figure out what are the best ways. They're arguing out in Congress and stuff like that. And they move tax day. When the government moves tax day and gives you a couple extra months to get it in, to get it filled out, it's serious. So they're already saying, we understand. We're moving that date. You got a car payment. Talk to them as well. Basically, everybody's getting a break. So it's not only you that might get a check or unemployment and stuff. They're doing the same thing for banks. They understand. Listen, it's not the time for us to worry about making money. It's about trying to keep the businesses afloat. So what you do is you talk to them because basically it's going up the chain. But communication is key. And if you want to keep contact, you don't want to go stir crazy, we are truly blessed at this time in life because we have what we have right now. We don't have, like when I was growing up, a rotary dial phone. We have television with thousands of channels between Netflix and Amazon and YouTube. You can keep in touch with the world right here. There's Skype and all of the other apps that you can go ahead. Marco Polo. I use Marco Polo all the time, communicating with my man Jet and Q and Philly Cowboy 76. Use these things to keep in contact with each other. We can talk just like I'm doing right now, just like we're there. We've been doing it, FYI, for the most part, that's what the hell we've been doing. You've been meeting people online and going on a date, and you're sitting there on the date, you're on your phone anyway, so this shouldn't be anything different. Right? You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Okay? And the other thing is realize that this thing does not discriminate. It don't care if you're rich. It don't care if you're poor. It don't care if you're famous. It don't care if you're a nobody. It's got no discrimination. And we are only as strong as the weakest link. Seriously. You may be okay. You may have health insurance and everything else. You're cool. You can go to the doctor. But see, that other guy over here who doesn't have food to eat, that other guy over here who doesn't have health insurance to go to the doctor, guess what? He may have it and he can't get the treatment. And that affects everybody. So this is the time that we all need to come together to get ourselves in a better position. And check on others. I don't say go by. Be concerned about, your friends, your neighbors, your family members, people that you know that are living on the edge. There's ways we can help others locally. Sometimes it's just reaching out and communicating with somebody you know that's alone. Giving them a phone call and saying, hey, how you doing? Yeah, man, I'm stuck inside too. You know what? You could do. You know what you can do? You can play games with all the apps that we have. Just having that contact. You don't know how much power that whole interaction is for somebody else. And I'm thinking about people that I know that don't cook or aren't used to cooking, that literally live on food from outside, of maybe I become a soup kitchen kind of type thing. I cook a whole bunch of Jobu wings and we just drop it off. We don't, we let them know, hey, I'm about to drop off some Jobu wings on your front porch. Okay? Boom. Food delivery. To kind of help out because, some Jobu wings will definitely make you feel better. But these are ways that we can all keep each other sane, keep our spirits high, keep each other safe, and try and get over this thing sooner than later. I'm going to be out here in my workshop. I'm going to clean this place up because you can see I got crap everywhere that's been collecting for the last 17 years. I'm going to be building some furniture, trying to make a cherry dresser that I've been putting off and putting off and putting off. Behind me, look, I've got football shelves that we're making for some of you guys. I'm going to work on cleaning up the house because Lord knows my workshop is a mess. But these are all things that'll help us pass the time and get to a better place. So let me show you guys real quick what we're doing in the front of the house here to try and make sure if we have to leave, what we can do to make sure we're safe. Okay, so the first thing we got is as soon as you walk in the front door, we've got some foaming alcohol sanitizer. You come in the front door, boom, you hit that. And what we're doing is we're trying to think ahead. So we have this bathroom that's right here that when you first come in, what we're doing is if we got to go out and go to the store, we put a change of clothes right in here. So when you come in, you hit the alcohol wipes, you come through, we've got some good old Clorox bleach in here. We've got some wipes and things. You can take your clothes off right here, boom, change real quick, and some shorts and a t-shirt, head for the shower, take your clothes and put it in the washing machine. And when you're done, you can wipe down the sink and everything else with the wipes and the sprays, so that way you're not bringing anything in. And the reason I learned this is like I said, my cousin and people, older people and things like that, you need to have an area so that way you can kind of catch it before it gets in the house and gets spread. So throughout the house, we've gone through and we've got like a bleach spray in each of the sinks and each of the kitchen areas and all that stuff. So if somebody, does something, you wipe down the surfaces. This way, you're sure. Now, maybe this is overkill, but it's better to err on the side of caution to make sure you're safe. Okay? And of course, the best thing to keep yourself safe is stay home. Play some cards. Play some checkers. Play some dominoes. Spades. Get to know your family again. I'm Mark Holmes, and we're going to keep bringing you guys tips on making it through this thing. That, and we're also doing our hunker down videos, which are basically what we're doing to pass the time. I'll see you soon.